Right, here goes nothing. So today I am practicing recording myself as I drive to work. No idea how much noise interference there'll be on this. I'm guessing quite a lot. So this probably won't make it to YouTube. So, I mean, today is really my first attempt at free-flowing consciousness, I suppose you would call it, or spontaneous thought projection to camera. So, I mean, there's so many subjects that I want to address and talk about as part of these diaries, really. So it's very difficult to choose where to start from, but I suppose I can start in a diary sense, really, as a blogger, to give people an idea of where I am in terms of my perspectives on reality. So from an early age, I've been curious in what I would deem alternative information, not necessarily aware of that, but became aware of that as I got older. So it really started probably with my interest in UFOs and things. Now the question is, does that synchronise with popular culture in the sense of, you know, things like X-Files and coming on the screen, or was it through the UFO magazines? I don't know exactly, but it definitely caught my interest. There was a sense of fear, but excitement too. I think the fear triggered excitement and curiosity, really, and the idea that, you know, there could be sentient beings that are visiting Earth was something that really, I wouldn't say captured my imagination, maybe, but really I took, as, you know, a young person, as a naive person, you could argue, I took on as something that could be possible, and maybe, you know, maybe is real. The old UFO magazines in the 90s, UFO magazine actually, one of them, I'm sure there were multiple, definitely, you know, left the door open for the idea that this really could be a reality. Now, in actual fact, a lot of the articles were written as if it was already known fact, and the idea of these discs arriving and lots of, you know, UFO photography. So that was really where I started, and then I got into punk rock music, and some of the messages in the punk rock music were inspiring. Some of the language used in punk rock music, especially a band called Bad Religion, really sort of opened my mind to things outside of your, you know, standard curriculum at school, and opened my mind and made me pick a dictionary up and become something other than the normal. So that's that bit. So really, yeah, my mind was forming patterns, I suppose, cutting grooves in ways that most people weren't when they were at school. I actually became very disinterested in school entirely and rebelled against it, rebelled against many things. Didn't really understand why I was rebelling. But another thought from back then was that the just watching when I was even younger, watching Feed the Children and watching the Ethiopian food crisis back in the late 80s really upset me massively and fundamentally sort of rocked me to my core. Lots of the images of starving children, even as a child, myself. I couldn't fathom how that sort of thing could happen in society, especially when you see the sort of gloss that's put over reality through mainstream media. How we're all taught, oh, everything's nice and everyone's comfortable, and just go to sleep, really. I'm just gonna might have to edit bits of video together, so I'm just going through Costa Drive-Thru. So I'm just going to stop this recording and start another one after this.